Welcome back to episode 2 of the Rich and Ted Talk football podcast, man. How you doing today, Big Rich?
I'm doing all right, bro.
All
Day
right.
going well. I'm just ready to talk about this football news.
Yeah, a little news
Seasons and
we
stuff
getting.
on.
A little news that we've been getting lately, man. We ain't gonna spend too much time. Man. We're gonna try and jump right into the news. Any news, this shit, anything that you wanna speak about right now?
Yeah, I mean, just about Tuesday, they opening up the facilities for people to come in with some provisions. They haven't really talked about it. I think they're supposed to announce provisions Monday.
That's OTAs and shit like that, right?
Yeah, off season. I think they'll try to limit how many people come at a time.
Okay, is that for every team or is that for certain teams in certain states?
I think a few teams in different states. I don't think everybody yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll try to keep an eye on that. Like I said, with the virus and everything going on, hopefully, like I said, I just been hoping and praying that the season start, on time, because I don't know what I'd do without the NFL season. I was cool with the NBA season stopping because I don't watch it like that anyway. But hopefully, football start according to plan. So yeah, I mean, only major news that I've been seeing is the DeAndre Baker news. Officially today, DeAndre Baker turned himself in for armed robbery charge. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I seen DeAndre Baker's name all over Twitter, all over social media all day today and yesterday too. And I forgot who DeAndre Baker was. So when I was seeing it and I was like, well, why is DeAndre Baker keep popping up in all like the different NFL news and shit like that, right? Come to find out today, he was involved in an armed robbery. Now to not jump to conclusion, they did say it's more to the story, but
the alleged news right now is basically it was a party. We're assuming they were there. There was a lot of gambling with shooting dice and they were playing cards. And it was a big altercation and basically things went left. It was 3 people. It was DeAndre Baker. That's the cornerback for the Giants.
Quentin Dunbar,
Dunbar for the Redskins.
Yeah, right.
And there was a third guy involved. Basically, they robbed everybody at gunpoint. Basically, took everything.
So they
basically an altercation happened.
Niggas pulled the Gilbert Arenas.
Basically. Without the lock on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna jump to a conclusion or anything. Like I said, I heard that the lawyer, when he turned himself in, said that there's more to the story, so we should just wait till all that come out. But I'm gonna just give this 2 cents onto that. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, man. Some of these athletes, bro, they gotta move more careful than they ought to. I understand, shit going kind of crazy right now. We kind of locked inside. You just find any type of way you can to have some kind of enjoyment out of life, anything like that. But at the end of the day, you an NFL player. Not just him, but Dunbar too. You under an NFL contract. Man. You gotta just move a little safe out there, man. Like whatever the situation is, it gotta be handled better. Like the only reason I remember who this guy was, and not to try to talk shit about him and nothing like that, but when I remember who DeAndre Baker was I remember him in an interview saying that he didn't know the Giants' defensive playbook.
Yeah,
and I think it's bad when the only 2 things I know about you is you in the interview saying that you don't know the playbook for your team, and that you turning yourself in for an armed robbery. You understand what I'm saying? So these players got to learn to move a bit better, man. Like, I hope everything, we get a bit more information about what really happened. And like I said, maybe everything not exactly what we think it is, but at the end of the day, some of these players got to move a little. They just got to learn to move a little better than they are, man. I don't know what could have sparked the whole incident between him and the other guys that's involved, but yeah, man, they just gotta learn to move a little better, man. You got anything that you want to add to that?
Not really. I mean, I'm just ready to talk about the season and stuff, bro, honestly.
All right, man. Well, on today's episode, main topic, it's gonna be a 2-parter, man. We're gonna get into some way too early predictions. We don't have much to go off of as far as like, much news and things like that in the season. But I guess we can make some early predictions. It's something that we probably revisit down the line. We're gonna get to the AFC first. We're gonna make some AFC predictions and talk about who we think gonna win each division. And I'll probably get to some seedings later down the line. So which division you want to start? I guess we're gonna start with the AFC North, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
That's it.
off top, who do you think gonna win the AFC North?
To be honest, that's really a weird division in and of itself. I probably got to go with, well, really honestly, the Baltimore Ravens. They still got the same team. They added on a couple things. Another year of experience for Lamar Jackson. Can't really see too much. I can't see no drop off, honestly.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's my pick for the AFC North too. I do agree with you when you say it's an interesting division for a couple reasons. Now, I do have the Ravens winning this division, but if Big Ben comes back and plays the way we expect him, the way he usually plays, right?
Yeah.
I do think it could be a tighter race than what people might be expecting. Or the Steelers, I think people don't tend to forget because they missed the playoffs. Had one of the best defenses in the league last season. And if you could add an offense to that defense, they could be dangerous.
Exactly.
Like some of the two games, the first game Lamar played against the Steelers last season, Big Ben wasn't playing, and they struggled. That was probably the worst game of Lamar's whole season last season. No, the reigning MVP of the league. So if you had an offense to that, I think the Steelers could give them a run for their money. But me personally, I think the Ravens still have a total roster.
Yeah.
That's hard to overcome with that whole division. But another reason I say I think that division is pretty interesting. I have the Browns and Bengals. I have the Browns coming third in that division, right? And the Bengals at fourth. Honestly, I think I could see the Bengals surprising a lot of people and coming third. Now I know that's not saying much. You know, you're not getting shit done by being third in that division.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I think with the moves that the Bengals have made, you know, they got a former Saint and Von Bell on defense. I think the Bengals drafted decently. And of course, you know, the biggest one is they drafted Burrow. Yeah. I think Joe Burrow could have a decent season as a quarterback. They don't have the best of offensive lines, but when I look at Burrow, he showed me that he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna come in and he's gonna expect nothing less from the offense. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So they're gonna demand that greatness. And like I said, it's a bit early to call on that, but I think the Bengals could surprise a lot of people and could throw a lot of wrenches and things in the AFC. Like I think they're gonna be one of those teams where, yeah, they're probably the worst team in the conference, but they're not pushovers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's another reason that division is so weird to me. It's interesting. I won't say weird because I honestly think the Ravens easily gonna take that division. I think they're gonna easily beat the first team. Easily. I just think their roster is just too stacked.
Yeah, best that they can easily take that division.
Right, you know what I'm saying. But I do think the Steelers have the roster. Like I said, that defense was extremely good last year. Now, and people might forget about it, like I said, because they missed the playoffs. But they had a good defense last season. And if you expect Ben to come out there and air that shit out like he usually do, I can see some teams having problems with the Steelers, as usual.
Exactly, you know, as usual.
Steelers is a well-ran organization. I think they could still cause problems. You know what I'm saying? So that's my picks. Anything you want to add on to the AFC North?
Nah, I mean, we all got our dark horse, the Browns.
Oh, the Browns your dark horse team for the season?
Yeah, bro. That division anyway.
Well, I'm
really that conference, honestly, because if they can get it together, they got a nice team.
That's true. You know, I'm gonna give the Browns a few minutes. The Browns, on paper, have a team to be able to hang with any team in the league.
Exactly.
I think what hurt them last season was the inexperience at coaching, which obviously wasn't going to be able to handle all the personalities in the locker room. And I think if they would have been able to get a coach that I feel like would be able to handle all those personalities, I will put them higher on the list. I will put them higher in this conference. I will put them some kind of way back into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think Kevin Stefanski is the answer. I feel like you need a coach that has some type of experience dealing with some type of personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy they hired come from the Vikings, the Vikings offensive coordinator. That
Yeah.
Vikings offense, we all know it has the potential to be dangerous. But at the same time, I don't think that Vikings offense lived up to the potential that they had, all the talent they had in that offense. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that guy
Yeah.
really brought out the full talent of the offense he had in Minnesota.
True.
And on top of that, then again, you might get some productivity out the offense. You still have a lot of personalities to deal with in Cleveland. You got Jarvis, you got OBJ, you got Baker,
Yeah.
you got Kareem Hunt still there. That's a spectacle in his own. You know what I'm saying? Miles
Miles
Garrett gonna be
Garrett.
coming off of suspension from what happened last season. You got a lot to deal with. I feel like without having an experienced coach that's used to dealing with all those people, um, I honestly don't see them doing much better than they did last season, even though they have the talent to win 10, 11 games. I just hope the coach that they have this season, and it's a different atmosphere around the Browns this season. Because if it's not, then I don't see too much success with them. And I can see them falling into the same thing they fell into last season with all the talent that they had, and ending up. And that's why I said I feel like the Bengals could end up surprising them and making the Browns go last in the season. I don't know. I mean, season the division,
Division. Yeah.
because we don't know how Zach Taylor gonna get all those guys to play for Cincinnati. They might come out there and they might play for him. They might actually try to win games.
Yeah.
And if Cleveland's not, focused, and the guy don't be able to rally his teammates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His whole team, then they could fall into being typical Brown shit, you know. So that's why I say I feel like that's one of the most interesting divisions in the AFC, because I mean the three teams in that division have the talent to win it. I
Honestly.
still don't see any of them stacking up against the Ravens, but I can't see any of them not being a 6 seed. You know what I'm saying? They all three of them had the potential to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think Cincinnati's time is yet. I think they still in the rebuild mode.
Yeah.
Or I say give them another season or two, and they might be dangerous. But Cleveland, since last season, that offensive line was terrible, but they had talent on that team enough to they could make moves. They could really be dangerous to people, and they didn't bring it together. We even mentioned Nick Chubb and all those guys. You know what I'm saying? And Joku. So
Mm-hmm.
they have the talent. But I just don't see. It's Cleveland, man. You just never know what's going
What
to
they
happen.
expect from them. Yeah.
Like, I would like to see them take that step up, but I don't think the culture move they made was the right one. So maybe I could be proven wrong, and they might surprise a bunch of people. But we're gonna move on from the AFC North, and this is the division that we're gonna move on to that I really hate. I hate talking about this division because, man,
You never know.
you just never know with none of these teams. Man, we're gonna move to the AFC South.
Yeah.
I got the Titans winning this division this season.
I got the Colts winning division of the season, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't see that coming, man. So explain that one to me. Why you think the Colts got
Get
this?
Phillip Rivers. You kept most of your offense. They got a nice O line. Better O line than the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers. So I mean,
That's true.
you're giving them more time back to Phillip Rivers. I don't really think he's a bad quarterback, man. So I mean,
He's not. You know what the thing is? I don't think the line was the problem with Phillip Rivers last season. I think Phillip Rivers, being a gunslinger type quarterback that he is,
yeah,
went out and tried to do things that he wasn't capable of doing anymore. It's kind of like Brett Favre in his last few seasons where he tried to go out there and sling it. You don't got that same arm no more. Like, I watch games with the Chargers where they need 5 yards for a first down, and Phillip Rivers bombing that shit 30 yards down, 30, 40 yards downfield. He a gunslinger. He that's the way he play football. But I do think, and this is why I say I hate talking about the AFC South.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to agree with you because I think the Colts are the best coach team in that division. I think Frank Reich is a hell of a coach. And if I had to go off coaching, I would give the Colts the edge over every team in that division because you know how I feel about Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien is one of the worst fucking coaches in the league. I really wish the Texans would cut their losses with this dude so he sucked. Like, seriously, he fucking sucks. So that's why I don't have the Texans win this division. I think this is going to be the season where
He gets fired.
Deshaun Watson not going to be able to save Bill O'Brien's terrible coaching decisions. Like, I think all that shit going to culminate to Deshaun Watson not going to be to save his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you saying the Colts, shocking because if you look at it, the Colts, they got talent on their team. But the reason I'm going to tell you why I don't have them win the division, I think their defense is still not ready. I think their secondary is a bit.
I mean, the secondary was always the problem. But I mean, they
don't have a front.
Xavier Rhodes, they got some nice linebackers, honestly.
They have, Leonard, and he a beast. Like, I don't get me wrong, he a dog. You know, I think he easily elevates their defense. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they have.
I mean, they signed, some vet. They signed Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah, Xavier Rhodes there, another corner. Yeah, so. And then
they got DeForest Buckner.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I forgot about that. So I could see why you picked the Colts. They have some pieces though, and like I said, if I'm giving any coach the edge in that division, it's Frank Reich. Like, look, I like
they got
Mike
DeForest
Vrabel.
Buckner, Justin Houston. So,
yeah,
they got a nice.
Yeah, they well coached.
Exactly.
Like, so. Damn, you kind of threw me for a loop just now because I didn't even think to pick the Colts. I was like, I counted them out.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, the Colts could possibly end up winning the division. I had them.
I can see it going either way, Colts or Titans, though. Honestly.
Yeah, I had the Colts coming in third in the division. Because I'm gonna talk about the Texans before I get to the Titans. I have so much respect for Deshaun Watson as a quarterback that I'm giving the Texans 10 wins. Off him carrying the team alone, because we saw how this guy operate. And I hate to root. I don't even want to root against. I'm not even saying I'm rooting against him. My thing is, I think his coach is so bad, and his coach does not deserve that job so much. And the bad decisions he's made over the course of these couple of years, that I feel like this shit gonna build up to a head this season. Where it's going into the time where Deshaun Watson's gonna want to get paid. Okay. He realizes that he's one of the reasons this team bagged their way into the fucking playoffs every season from the time he's been there. You know what I'm saying? Minus his rookie season because he got hurt. I think this is going to come to a point where he's going to be like, look, we got this aging-ass defense. They can't stop shit. You know what I'm saying? If I don't go out here and outscore the other team, me, myself, because you got rid of Hopkins, if I don't go out here and outscore the other team, we're not winning the game. Yo, Jonathan Joseph is one of y'all starting corners. This dude old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? J.J. Watt. Love J.J. Watt. He one of the best defensive linemen in the league, but he can't fucking stay healthy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Deshaun Watson don't go out there and ball, y'all not going to the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? And I just think Bill O'Brien really blew the Texans' chances in this playoffs so fucking bad that he should have been going already. That's how I look at this team. And I really feel like knowing Deshaun Watson, he might go out there and back him into the playoffs. And that's just saving Bill O'Brien's job again. But honestly, I'm kind of rooting that the Texans suck to get rid of him because I don't want him to waste the amount of talent he's wasted since he's been there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, honestly. Who wants to see him waste Deshaun Watson's career?
Right. You get rid of Hopkins, you trade him for a fucking David Johnson? Like, come on, man. Like, that's not gonna cut it, man. You get my guy Randall Cobb and Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook not gonna play the whole fucking season. He can't stay healthy either. We know J.J. Watt, from what it's seeming like, he can't fucking stay healthy the whole season.
True.
So, that's why I'm kind of hesitant to give the Texans 10 wins this season, because I feel like the Hopkins trade was just disrespectful. I feel like it's going to hurt the team. And what he tried to replace Hopkins with Shit, not even just Hopkins. Will Fuller can't stay healthy a full season. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see the Texans having enough talent to win 10 games this season. Even though I feel like Watson is enough to win you 10, I kind of hope he not. You know, I kind of hope that the Texans finally open their eyes and see that Bill O'Brien is not the answer, because he's going to waste your franchise quarterback. You know, kind of like the Colts did with Luck. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. You know, what you think about the Texans?
I mean, you hitting all the points, bro. I mean, nobody really likes Bill O'Brien at this point. The whole world shamed him about that D-Hop trade that was made.
Yeah.
You got one season left for D-Hop. I mean, for Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean?
He gonna want his money
to get paid.
You know, and supposedly he said that the reason they got rid of Hop is because he wanted his money already, you know, while he was under contract. But I mean, that's the best player on your team. One of the best players on your team.
Yeah.
By a mile.
The gap between him and your second best receiver is huge.
Yeah, I was about to say no, because I do think Will Fuller is a good receiver, but you got to call in the play. He cannot fucking stay healthy. You know, Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins on the same field is dangerous. I'll give you that. But that's most of the time it's not the case. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand trading somebody like that on your team when you was just in the fucking playoffs, nigga. Like, why would you get rid of somebody like that? So I honestly just knew, bro, I swear, you could have not. I would have bet all the money in the world after that playoff loss that they would have fired Bill O'Brien. I was so shocked that he was going to be back the next season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just hoping that this season and the season that follows shows Houston, man, look, this ain't the answer. Yo, get rid of this dude. So he trash. You know, but I don't want to stick. Like I said, I don't want to stick on the Texans too long. But because I'm not a Texans fan, I don't want to air my frustrations. But I am a Deshaun Watson fan, and I think that he's too good of a quarterback, and it's gonna fall into the same thing that the Colts did with Luck all those years, where they waited too long to build a team around him, and he get beat the fuck up by then, or he end up ready to leave. He's not gonna take a contract from the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna run into all these fucking disputes of trying to sign him again. And I just think he don't deserve that, dude. Like he been easily one of the best players on your team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you like I said, you threw me with picking the Colts to win the division. But I don't have the Texans doing too well this season, me personally. I think this is gonna be the season where Bill O'Brien can't ride Deshaun Watson to 10, 11 wins. I think that shit gonna come back to bite him in his ass. And I'm kind of hoping that's the case. You know, I hate to root against Watson, but for his sake to get rid of Bill O'Brien, I kind of hope that's what happened.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go. We didn't even talk about the Jags. We don't have shit to say about the Jags. They pretty trash too. I mean, fuck the Jags. Hopefully Gordon Minshew and DJ Chalk and all them. Maybe they do something. I don't see the Jags doing much. I would like my guy Fournette to either get the hell out of Jacksonville or get a better contract. But we'll see about that, you know, in the future. Because, I mean, either he's going to get traded or they're going to extend him. But we're not going to stick around on too long. But I will say the reason I picked the Titans to win the division, I think outside of Frank Reich, Mike Vrabel, the better coach out of everybody in the AFC South. I think the Titans been having a pretty decent defense in that on that team for the past. Honestly, people don't really pay attention. They had it for about 2-3 seasons. That defense been pretty nice. As long as Derrick Henry there, feed Henry.
Yeah.
Tannehill is not gonna lose you a game because he's safe with the football. He's not gonna go out there and turn the ball over and over. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's gonna bring the Titans another victory at that division. I don't think the Texans are gonna be able to hold the Titans off. The Colts, like I said, I mean, I didn't even think about it until you brought it up. The Colts may be the only team that might give the Titans a run for their money because, like I said, they're well coached, and they did bring in some key pieces on that team, not just the defense, but on the team period, to be able to, I think, hold off the Colts. Like Xavier Rhodes, if he can play like prime Xavier, I ain't even got to be a prime Xavier. He could be better than he was last season.
Yeah.
He could make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna take a break right quick, and we're gonna move on to the next division.
All
right. All right, man. Let's get back into the rest of these divisions. We only got we doing AFC. We're got 2 left, so let's go get into the AFC East. It's another interesting one for me. Who you got winning the AFC East?
You know the Sims. I want to say Bills. I got to go with the Bills now. I don't know about the Patriots, but you can't never count them out. Bill Belichick's still there, bro.
Right. All right. I got the Bills winning that division. Like you said, I'm never gonna count Bill Belichick out, but I do still think that team gonna win at least 9 to 10 games this season, at minimum 8. I don't see the Patriots going under 500 this season. They might get a fucking tie somewhere in there. I don't see them going under 500. Honestly, I'm never gonna count Bill Belichick out. I'm trying not to get too much into the Brady talk because I want to save that for when we get into the NFC episode. But I got the Bills winning that division, and I got the Patriots coming in second. I don't have the Patriots making the playoffs. I think the Patriots are going to be one of those teams to where they be in it like the full season, like all the way up to like the very end.
Yeah.
And the chips is not going to fall their way, which would make me want to pick Belichick as Coach of the Year. But I don't think Belichick will ever win another Coach of the Year award because he's Bill Belichick. He's the coach of the fucking decade, last couple decades. So, I got the Bills winning this division. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though Josh Allen, and I know a couple Bills fans, from Twitter and shit, and they might not forgive me for this. I think Josh Allen have the potential to be a good quarterback, but Josh Allen hasn't shown me enough, especially in this playoff game. And I'm not gonna hold it against him because that's his first time, right?
Yeah.
But the decisions he made in this playoff game, dude, I'm not a Bills fan, right? And even though we just talked about how much I love Deshaun Watson, when the Bills had that chance to wrap that game up, the shit that I seen Josh Allen do, son, that hurdle, or lateral, I meant to say, that blew me. So I was standing up. Someone to tell you, I was out of my seat. Like, Josh, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Now, again, he on a big stage.
Play hero.
And he trying to play hero. But he didn't have to do that. That didn't lose them the game. But what I'm saying is, decision making like that as a quarterback could really hurt your team in the postseason. Like we could win 12, 11 games in the regular season and get to the postseason. That don't mean shit. Like dudes that's used to being here and dudes that's ready for this stage, they will beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if the Bills played like the Titans in the playoffs last, I think the Titans would have put up probably a season high points against the Bills. And not saying that because the Bills got a defense, but I think Tannehill against that Titans team that was there, who wasn't even supposed to be there, but there was there and was ready to go against anybody. I don't see the Bills doing much. I got the Bills winning that division. They got the talent. So Trey White, one of my favorite players in the league. You know, I love my corners. And the Bills got the talent. But Belichick, I don't know, bro. Like, what you got I'm gonna just ask you this. How many games you got the Patriots winning this season?
I have to see them going 8-8, 9-7, somewhere in there.
You said 8-8, 9-7?
Yeah, I can see them going somewhere in there.
Respectable. Yeah. I'm never gonna count Belichick out, you know. But I would really like to see Josh Allen take that next step. You know, I'll be like in the first half of that game in the playoffs. I think Josh handled it well, but I think as a and I'm not gonna put it all on him. I think as a coach, you want to protect your quarterback. You don't want to let your quarterback go out there and make bad decisions. Because don't get me wrong, Coaching was a big reason the Bills lost their playoff game. They made some that McDermott, and I like McDermott as a coach. I like how he get those Bills, the players for the Bills to go out there and play, and those guys go out there to win for him. You know what I'm saying?
100% every game.
Yeah, they win. They will win for him. I mean, shit. I go back to the first game the Bills had against the Patriots last season.
Yeah.
If Josh wouldn't have got hurt, the Bills win that game. And that was when the Patriots was, everybody was like, "Oh, that defense is a historical defense." You know what I'm saying? When Josh don't get hurt, the Patriots don't win that game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I need Josh to start. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think Josh gonna be another Phillip Rivers type, Brett Favre type. He a gunslinger. Them adding Diggs just makes it worse. He got some dudes to bomb that shit too. I think the Bills gonna be a very dangerous team. I don't think I honestly don't see any team in that division beating the Bills out for that division. But I will say this: don't ever count Belichick out. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Bills have no excuse for me this season. I'm not making not a single.
Only people can take it from them right now is they self.
Yeah, that's exact. I'm not making no excuses for Josh Allen. I'm not making no excuses for coaching. I don't hear no injuries. I don't hear none of that shit. The Bills have the team to win that division right now. They had the team to win the division last season. But no, the chips ain't fall their way. This is the Bills season. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to worry about no fucking Brady. But again, I'm never going to count out Belichick. Do I think the Patriots going to win this division? No. Now, let's get into the rest of the division. We already know what we feel like. We think the Patriots going to win more games than the Jets and Dolphins. I'm never going to give my nigga Belichick going last in the fucking division. So, what you think? What 3 and 4 in the AFC East? Give me your 3. Give me your 4.
Jets. Got it, bro. I want to say Dolphins because of Tua.
You won't get it.
Haven't seen them, but I mean, I gotta get that Jets team a 3.
Okay.
And that Dolphins team a 4. I can see the Jets probably going like 7-9, 6-10.
Okay. Give me more. Why do you think? I ask you this: do you see the Jets surprising people in the AFC and winning maybe like 9-10 games?
It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. Yeah.
I would say, all the people
together,
that play for the
that's
Jets,
really the only thing they really got on really most of the people in AFC. They've been together for a year. They got some experience together. Dolphins still a young team.
Right. Here's my problem with the Jets. And I was trying not to take too long on the AFCs.
Adam Gase.
It's going back to the Bill O'Brien thing. I think Adam Gase is a terrible coach. The Jets don't think they're the most talented team, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think Sam Darnold's terrible. He do have some bad decision making. I think it's worse than Josh Allen's decision making because Sam Darnold go out there and make some wild fucking throws. But I don't think Sam Darnold is a terrible quarterback. I do think at the moment that Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. I don't think he's going to elevate the fucking team to win 7-8 games, right?
Yeah.
My problem with Adam Gase has enough talent on that team to at least become a wild card. And I think if Adam Gase don't back into the wild card spot this season, he should be going too. Like, I'm saying too, but Bill O'Brien should have been gone last season. Like, I mean, I'm done giving Bill O'Brien chances. Adam Gase is I'm not gonna say he's one of the worst coaches I've ever seen, but just some of the decisions this dude made.
Yeah.
My thing is, I look at coaches like Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, he come from the Falcons. I fucking hate the Falcons, but we could watch this past season. Kyle Shanahan protected Jimmy Garoppolo. He ain't let Garoppolo go out there and have to be the one to win them games. When you see the 49ers lose a game, you be like, oh, damn, the chips ain't fall their way. Or it was the few times that Garoppolo couldn't make a throw, you sitting there wondering, well, damn, Shanahan, you could have caught a better play. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Shanahan went out his way to protect his quarterback. Adam Gase not doing that. Adam Gase knows Sam Darnold will have to go play against two of probably the best of defenses in the league in his own division. And he going out there making Sam Darnold add his shit out. When you got Le'Veon Bell on that offense. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like he don't make the right. I don't feel like Adam Gase and this, like I said, we're gonna get to that in the NFC. But it's another coach in the NFC that I feel like don't do that for his quarterback, right? I feel like as long as Adam Gase there, Sam Darnold gonna be looked at as a bust. Now we all know Sam Darnold is he got the talent to be a starting quarterback in this league. I see a lot of Ryan Tannehill and Sam Darnold. So when Tannehill was in the Dolphins, he was never a bad quarterback, but his coach failed him. And who was his coach in Miami?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna shock you. It was Adam Gase. What Tannehill did when he left Miami? Went to the AFC Championship. So that's the reason I'm never gonna get the Jets. Now, I'll give you this. I got the Jets going third. Because I think the Jets got too much talent on their roster to not win at least 7-8 games. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they got too much talent. You know what I'm saying? They got Jamal Adams, CJ Mosley. They should be able to win 7 games. I even think the Jets had a decent draft. You know what I'm saying? But I think as long as Adam Gase there, I can't see the Jets. I don't see him elevating that team. I don't see him getting those guys to go out there and win games for him. I think that team gonna be exactly the same way it was this past season, where they could win games where you're like, damn, well the Jets could do something, or they be hanging in games where you be like, damn, the Jets got a pretty good team. Adam Gase is not gonna get those guys to go out there and play for him. I honestly think that's the case. Now, I got the Jets coming to third. I would not be surprised if the Dolphins coming third in this division. I think Brian Flores is a better coach. I think all those guys on the Dolphins are willing to go out there and play for Brian Flores. Tua gonna come in there. He's a good quarterback. I don't even think we might not even see Tua start from day one. But I do think that Tua, he's won a game. He's won in college. He's going to come into the NFL. He's going to want to win. You know what I'm saying? And on top of Brian Flores, the way the guys play for him, Tua going to demand that from them. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the same thing I feel with Burrow. But I think from Tua having more experience than Burrow, I can see Tua doing a lot better in this Miami system. You know what I'm saying? Miami had a good draft, and they still got a couple of pieces. The only reason I'm giving the Jets third place in that division is because I think the Dolphins still have a lot of holes in their roster. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. After this season with Gase, I think if they don't surprise us in this season, I think he should be gone. You know, I feel like Gase and Bill O'Brien, I said Brian. Bill O'Brien in the same boat to me. I think Gase is a bit worse because I don't see why the Jets would go out and hire him after seeing him in your division for all these years, and he did nothing with Miami. I think it's a bit worse on him. At least Bill O'Brien got talent that he's drafted. You know what I'm saying? That won games, went to playoffs and shit that he can speak on. Gase ain't got shit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hard on Gase and Bill O'Brien. Probably a little more than Gase because I don't understand the why the Jets kept this dude around. I don't understand why they hired him in the first place. I mean, so that's just my 2 cents on that. But yeah, I also got the Bills winning that division, but I would not be surprised. I mean, it's Bill Belichick. We don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they some kind of way sneak their fucking way into the playoffs some kind of way. I don't have them making it, but I wouldn't be shocked. You got anything else you want to add to the AFCs?
Nah. It's clear 2 teams who could make it.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty big gap between the top 2 teams in that division and the bottom 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go and get into this last division, AFC West. Honestly, there's not too much to talk about. The Chiefs win this division. What'd you say?
Honestly.
Yeah, it's nothing to talk about. The Chiefs win this division. not to spite, no, not to shit on Broncos fans and Chargers and Raiders fans. I don't see any of them teams having the team to beat the Chiefs. What I will say, I'm gonna take it from the bottom. I do have the Chargers coming in last place in this division. They drafted Justin Herbert, right? I think the Chargers could have signed Cam Newton and been a contender. The Chargers have, for the last couple seasons, easily one of the best rosters in the league. I don't think a quarterback is what completely held them back from making the playoffs and shit. And I think going out in the first round with your first pick and drafting a quarterback was the right move. When you could have signed Cam Newton, made some other picks, strengthening your offensive line, anything. You can strengthen any other part of it. I mean, the Chargers didn't really have too many weak spots on that team, And I think they could have signed Cam, made a good draft like for offensive line, and they could have just plugged him in and played. I don't think Justin Herbert was. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a small move. I understand they're trying to find a quarterback of the future, but I do think that wasn't the right move. I mean, you got Tyrod Taylor, you got a rookie. I could see them thinking they might have a chance, and it end up being like the Browns with Tyrod and Baker. They're gonna probably win 5 to 6 games. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of sucks because, like I said, I really think the Chargers got one of the easily the best rosters in football. They have so much talent at every position that I think they should have, like I said, a couple of pieces on the offensive line. Cam Newton right there, you'd have been fine. So that's my small 2 cents on the Chargers. So what you see the Chargers doing this season? You think Justin Herbert make a difference?
Not really. But that's my prediction was they'll get Cam.
Do you think
he would have drew more money to them? Because that was always their problem. They didn't have enough people in attendance to their stadiums. Cam Newton would have easily brought fans to your stadium. Cam Newton has an attitude. He's flamboyant. He fits Los Angeles.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. He got that Los Angeles attitude about him. He demands attention, basically. Yeah. And I think that's my point. I think he had that right swag about him. So you bring him to a team like that. He's been to the Super Bowl. He didn't win it. But all this talent around it, I really think he elevates that team. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have easily, like I said, I got in a debate with somebody about Cam's MVP season. His leading receiver was Ted Ginn. You can't tell me Cam don't elevate people. I had Ted Ginn on the Saints for the past 2 seasons. You ain't about to tell me that Cam didn't elevate him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People might want to bring in age as a factor, but Cam knew that's the receiver I got. That's what I'm going to. We're gonna win this game. We went 15-1. So everybody who knows, I understand Cam Newton get a lot of disrespect. I would never do that. I think Cam is a damn good quarterback. I think he would have instantly. I think if the Chargers would have signed Cam Newton, drafted an offensive lineman, Chargers could have easily been in contention. You know what I'm saying? But I have them coming dead last off the fact that they drafted a quarterback and they signed Tyrod Taylor. This looked like the Browns all over again to me. I'm working from bottom up for this division. So I got the Raiders coming to third. Just because, and I'm not gonna stick around too much for this. Gruden had those guys being overachievers last season. They did a lot better than we expected. He made some kind of decent draft picks, but he had some reaches too. The receiver he drafted, I should be better prepared. He didn't draft Jerry Jeudy. That's Broncos. He drafted Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs. Raiders type pick. I can see what they're going for. You're not gonna be able to stop the Chiefs, so try to build a team that's got the same type of speed as the Chiefs and try to score with them. I don't think the Raiders gonna be able to do that at all. That secondary terrible. They drafted some pieces in the secondary. I still don't see them stopping anything the Chiefs will be able to do. But those guys went out there and played for John Gruden. They overachieved by a mile last season. I didn't even see them win the amount of games that they did. At one point in the season last season, they were still a playoff team.
Yeah. Late into the season, they were a playoff team.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that, they might go out there and surprise some people, might win a couple games, don't expect them to win. I think their secondary and their defense is still a problem. I think their offense is fine. Josh Jacobs is a dog at running back. They got Hunter Renfro, Derek Carr. I mean, who knows? If we can get MVP candidate Derek Carr, they'll be fine. But we don't know if that's going to happen. But I think they'll be fine. I could see them winning 6 or 7 games. Now, for my dark horse team of the AFC, yours was kind of the Colts, which kind of threw me off, is the Broncos, which who I got coming second in the division. And
talk about the Broncos.
I actually have the Broncos making the playoffs this season.
Yeah.
At a 6th seed. And here's why. I think with a healthy defense, with that front with Von Miller and the what's the other guy they have? Bradley Chubb, but do Bradley Chubb play for the fucking Bears or the
Lindsay?
Yeah, talking about defense. That's Bradley Chubb, right? You get those guys healthy. I'm sorry, man. I had a brain fart for a second. I'm stuck with Vic Fangio because I think he can coach up that defense, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, you're never gonna be able to stop the Chiefs. You don't have too many offenses you have to worry about in the AFC besides the Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens. Maybe the Browns, but then again, like I said, that goes back to coach. We don't know how the Browns are gonna look. We'll get that some time. I think the Broncos could easily win 9 to 10 games. I think Drew Lock is a decent quarterback. I think with the addition to Jerry Jeudy on the other side of Cortland Sutton, those guys could be dangerous, man. I mean, and I watched Cortland Sutton. I had him on my fantasy team last season. He a beast. And if he, like I said, he could be drawing, maybe he'll draw double teams this season. I'm almost certain he will, right?
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy got the talent to be a decent second receiver, I don't know. I got the Broncos. I just got a feeling about the Broncos, man. I like the way they drafted. They ain't really make too many reaches. They kind of drafted at needs, you feel me? And then again, the Broncos could still make some moves before the season start. And I don't know, man. I like Drew Lock. I like his attitude. He seems like he's gonna come in and he might lose you some games. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be elite right away. I feel like Drew Lock seems like he's a coachable quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna be scared because you got to think he in the division with Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna have to air that shit out. He's gonna have to air it out, in that division. And he don't seem like a quarterback that's like this scared little quarterback that's, not gonna go out there and air it out with the Chiefs. Like he's willing to do that. And I think that's the type of quarterback you need in that division, which is why I say I feel like Phillip Rivers, the first season Mahomes, won his MVP. That's why Rivers was the biggest threat to the Chiefs. Because he'll air it out with anybody. I feel like the Broncos have a young Phillip Rivers. I'm not going to say he's more talented because he's a bit young for that. But with Phillip Rivers, Jesus Christ, Phillip Lindsay, they got Melvin Gordon there. I think Noah Fant. Is Noah Fant in Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they have a lot of weapons that they might not be able to outscore the Chiefs. They might even get swept by the Chiefs. Still see the Broncos some type of way bagging into the playoffs. Like I don't see the AFC. It seems like it's such a big skill gap between some of the better teams in the AFC and some of the bottom teams that's going to probably back into a wild card spot.
Yeah.
That I think the Broncos have just enough talent to win 9, 10 games and some kind of way make the playoffs. What's your picks? Like I said, I know the Chiefs win this division. So, do you have any surprises you will say you think will jump out in that division?
I feel Denver's trying to move towards the same thing as the Chiefs, trying to make some speedsters on wide receiver. I mean, really the only thing I can see them trying to do. Try to, have a shootout. Don't stop them, shoot them out. Other than that, I got the Chiefs taking that division again.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs having that division for a good 2-3 seasons. I don't think any team, and I would say maybe only let's see, the Bills and Ravens and Steelers, maybe the only teams that I think could slow the Chiefs down enough for those teams to be able to win. And I put the Bills there because I got faith in the Bills defense, but I don't know if their offense could outscore the Chiefs. I think the Steelers and Ravens offenses can. If Big Ben comes back and play the way we used to see him play, then those offenses I think, could score with the Chiefs. But before we wrap this up, I'm going ahead and give you my seeding for the AFC, and I want you to give me your thoughts on it. So at number one, the 1 seed in the AFC, I got the Chiefs. At 2, I got the Ravens. At 3, the Bills. 4, the Titans. Now, here we get to the wild card. At 5, I got the Steelers. And 6, I got the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
You'll put the Patriots in the playoffs, right?
Nah. Because it's a possibility they miss it. I'm thinking Colts.
Colts, yeah. You said you got the Colts.
I see the Titans fall to that wild card where the Steelers would be.
Okay. Well, the Titans I have at 4, so their division
was making it in.
The Broncos.
Titans fall to Broncos, yeah.
Right. So I think the only one I got on here that's probably a shocker to anybody is the Broncos. What's your thought on the Broncos? Do you think they could potentially have the chips fall their way and win enough of the right games to back in the playoffs, or do you think they're about a year away?
Yeah. A little bit of both, man. I feel like they can pull off some of the right games and get to the wild card.
Okay.
And maybe even win a wild card game. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel that. Like I said,
let's see them make a deep playoff run though.
No, like I said, I feel like they're a dark horse team. I don't see them making a deep playoff run either. I don't think they're just gonna bust on the scene this season and win like 11, 12 games and we'd be like shocked. I don't see that because, like I said, they still have the Chiefs to deal with, the Ravens in that conference, the Steelers. No, I don't. The Steelers well coached enough to where I don't. Again, like the Patriots, I don't see them winning under 9, 10 games. So if the Broncos do kind of some way make it, the most I'm giving them is a 6 seed. That's the highest I feel them getting, and that's with maybe 9 to 10 wins at most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's like everybody I really pretty much put from the Chiefs down to the Steelers. I honestly feel like those are the best teams in the AFC. Like I said, I know that's leaving the Patriots out, and that's because, like I said, this is something we're gonna revisit down the line. But that's because I don't know what the Patriots are gonna be. I think I kind of wanted to put the Patriots at 6, but I think I have so much faith in Denver, and I like the way they drafted so much.
Yeah.
To where I kind of feel like they're gonna be that team to where they go out and win certain games where you be like, well, damn, this Denver team might be dangerous. They might catch a team slipping in the wild card round if they some kind of way back into it. I think Jesus Christ, Drew Lock is that decent of a quarterback. I think he's so far he's shown me he don't seem like he's scared. Basically, what I'm saying, like he seemed like he's a quarterback that's willing to go out and play with anybody. I feel like whatever his coaches ask him, he can go out there and try to do it. Like he's not gonna be able to go out there and get in the shootout with Mahomes, or anybody. Jackson, Josh Allen. None of those guys. I feel like he'll go out there, try to win that game. Whether that's, an advantage or a disadvantage, we'll find out this season. But I really think that dude is. I think he's gonna be. He got the potential. Honestly, I think he's shown me already he could be a franchise quarterback. Now that's for his coaching staff and everything to get that right and build a team up around him. But I think everybody else. I mean, I pretty much made that argument for all of them. I mean, like I said, the AFC is the skill gap between each team is so different. It's a lot different from the NFC. Well, you don't know what the fuck gonna go on with them. So it's kind of pretty much the same old teams in the AFC. So those are my picks. If you have anything different, what would you say?
I mean, we pretty much had the same thing to say about them. I mean, it's a couple of ones that we could see kind of making it. But we don't know for sure till we see them play. That's really about it.
All right, for sure.
We know the Chiefs not gonna have no major follow, if any.
Yeah, right. They gonna be. I like I said, I got them 1 seed. Those dudes roster looks so good. They fucking drafted a running back in the first round. Yeah. They didn't reach. I think they could have went. Not even drafted nobody. This whole draft has still been just as good. But I will say this before we close out. I do think the Chiefs' defense is one of the weakest parts of that team. And I think that could bite them in the ass this season. A lot of teams in the AFC kind of went building onto that offense. And if the Chiefs have a moment where they kept falling behind in the playoffs like they did this past season, don't think teams are going to let them off the hook like they did last season. But then again, that's still Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and all those guys. You never know. They're like the fucking NFL version of the Warriors. So we'll see. We're going to revisit that. But that's episode 2, man. Anything else you got to add?
Nah, bro. I hope they just enjoy the episode, man. Enjoy the input.
So I'm going to close this out, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the episode. We're going to try to we still haven't came up with a for sure schedule to upload yet. Because, like I said, we got to figure out. We don't know if the season's going to even carry on or not. But whatever news and topics we have to go upload, we'll get that out to you guys. So that's episode 2. Thanks for all of our listeners, man. And we'll be back next week.